with part 4 of my What the F, How the F Did This Happen video series day after the election. You know, we're saying, oh, we're not going back. We have gone back. We've gone back over the last couple years because of things that were put in place during the last Trump administration. But this time, there's a lot going on that's different, that's ahead in the skies. And, you know, one of the things that's going to happen next year is that Uranus, which is the planet of revolution and change, it's been in Taurus since May of 2018. And that's its least favorite place to be. Taurus is very process oriented. It doesn't like change. It likes to keep things the way they are. And Uranus is the planet of revolution, but it has brought a change to the way we deal with our money, which is Taurus ruled. We have a cashless society, essentially. Beauty products, weight to injectables to, you know, just the things, even the supply chain, the way people do their work, it's changed all that. It's shaken it up. Hustle culture is dead. People got stimulus checks. Cryptocurrency has gone here, there, everywhere. We had NFTs, but they're not gone. So anyways, now Uranus is going to go into Gemini. The last time I was there was 1941 to 1949. That was the World War II had already started in the late 30s. It ended in 1945. So that period did cover a world war, the Holocaust, other wars around the world too. So it's just, you know, that isn't exactly great news for those fearing World War III, but there are wars raging already. We're essentially in World War III in many ways. But you have to remember that Uranus and Gemini also brought, Gemini's a twin, it also brought new treaties, new peace agreements, new accords. So it will probably do the same this time in surprising ways as it does. And with climate change, it's going to relocate a lot of people, especially with the laws. Now, I talked in the last video about how Neptune and Aries, which is also something that gets teased next year, was the Civil War was underway when Neptune was in Pisces and moved into Aries, just as it's doing next year. So we're just doing things differently, you know? It's like a different time. We don't have the same limitations anymore. We don't have to fight in the same way, but that's also kind of scary because there's all this technology too. But there's going to be shakeups to neighborhoods. People are going to relocate, repopulate, but also come up with innovative ways to form communities. And the thing that I think is going to be very helpful for that is going to begin on June 9th. And that's when Jupiter, which is the planet of luck and expansion, moves out of Gemini. So Jupiter does not like being in Gemini. It's in detriment in Gemini. Jupiter wants to be global and worldly, and Gemini wants to focus here on the moment and what's going on. So Jupiter in Gemini was very helpful to Donald Trump. He is a Gemini. But Uranus in Gemini is not necessarily going to be as helpful. It's going to create some chaos in those Gemini ways. Now, Jupiter will be in Cancer starting June 9th until June 30th of 2026, so a year. And Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. That's its happiest place to be. Cancer is the sign of women, the sign of the mother. It is a sign of family and homeland security. But I think that some of the pain and destruction around reproductive rights getting taken away will cause people to shift and populations to move. The Civil War may just not necessarily be fought with bayonets, but with real estate deals. And like, okay, we're abandoning this area. And also because of climate change too, you know, meteorology, homes, Jupiter in Cancer governs the real estate market. So people will be moving to new places and new communities are going to form. That's going to change the election, shape politics in some interesting ways that did not happen in this election. Don't just go along for the ride and get in the passenger seat. But right now, what we need to do is really observe what is going on. Like, Gemini is a curious sign, and Jupiter in Gemini, as hard as it is, and maybe today is not the day, but having a curiosity about how this happened might be our only way forward, our only way to have a future where, you know, more voices get represented and heard, and it might happen in different ways with divisions, you know, within, you know, right now it's cities within states, but it could be larger areas that are really repopulated in interesting ways. Okay, that was a lot of information. Turned out I had a lot to say. Just finished writing our 2025 horoscope book, and we do write extensively about all of this and what it means for your sign. So many of you have already picked up your copy of it. And if you're interested in having a guide to take you through the whole year, definitely go to our link in bio and grab your copy of the 2025 horoscope book. I'm not trying to put a sales pitch in post-election day. I just know that this book is really helpful. It's our 14th edition doing it, and I know it can give you guidance and keep you in a positive, proactive mindset throughout the year, which we're all going to need. Now, don't forget, Biden and Harris administration is going to be still in power November 19th when Pluto moves into Aquarius. The transition won't take place till next January, so there's still a lot that can happen. Mars is going retrograde December 6th in Leo, the sign that rules our leaders and power. So, my God, so many things could happen. And Mercury's going retrograde in global Sagittarius. So we may see different alliances showing up, and our work, we're not going back, but our work sure ain't done.